Hi there, Rachel Gersbauer here, and welcome back to the That's So Rachel show. We have something really special coming up for you today, so stay tuned for a special inside scoop into the practicum life of a college student. So Rachel, thank you for agreeing to be on the show today. Rachel, thank you. It is my pleasure to be here. Rachel, please tell us just a little bit about yourself. Well, Rachel, I'm a senior at Ball State University. I am from Batesville, Indiana. Well, I've known that I've wanted to be a family and consumer science teacher pretty much since my junior year of high school, when my FACS teacher at the time pretty much told me that I was going to be one. Well, thank you, Rachel, for sharing. Now, can you please tell us just a little bit about how you were feeling before you entered into your second practicum placement? So my thoughts before starting this placement were just all over the place. My second placement was at Muncie Central High School, and like I mentioned, I am from Batesville, Indiana, which is a really small town. So I've really never done any kind of work in a city school before, and I've heard lots of horror stories about the different student populations there, and I was just a little nervous to get in there, but I was excited to get back out and working with the students because I just usually love working with students. It just fills me up with energy and makes me all excited to become a teacher one day. So I had high hopes to have an awesome cooperating teacher on this placement, and I was really excited to get to work with these students and get to know about their lives. But I was also very nervous about the whole experience due to my lack of knowledge about city schools and all of the horror stories that I've heard from my peers and other individuals. And yeah, I just kept reminding myself that these are just students and everything is going to be fine. So that is how you were feeling before you even stepped in to your classroom. Yes, Rachel, that is correct. So you have made a video that you would like to show us from your class that your professor, the amazing Cresta, made you put together for your class. Let's go ahead and throw that up on the screen for our viewers.
Hey everyone! So I just made it back home from my first day at Muncie Central, and I was pretty alarmed with what I saw there. My teacher, my CT, she passed out a packet of papers, and a lot of the students didn't even move the paper from where she put it down on their desk, and it just seemed like an overall very apathetic classroom. So yeah, a little nervous how the rest of this placement is gonna go, but we'll see. Good morning, everybody. Today's the day I get to teach my first lesson in my practicum placement. I'm really nervous, shaking nervous, and I'm not really sure how it's gonna go. So I guess we will just, go for it and see what happens.
Mark in the color that you assign yourself what you are going to be helping with. You are either going to take charge of the crust, you're going to take charge of the filling, or you're going to be that floater that helps out with both. Does that make sense? Any questions? All right, go ahead and take a few minutes. Color what you're going to do. All right, so real quick, for the crust, you're going to combine all of the ingredients. So the flour, the salt, the sugar in a bowl. You're going to cut in the butter. What does cut in the butter mean? What? Yeah, so you're going to put the butter in with those ingredients, and then you're going to use does anybody know the term? Nope, not a whisk. Does anybody know what this is called? It's called a pastry blender. Okay, so you're going to...
Hi guys, so I just got back home from teaching my first class. So we did apple hand pies, and it went a lot better than I thought it was going to go. I saw students who I haven't seen do anything thus far in my placement, like actually participating in this lab.
So Rachel, can you please tell us how this placement has made you change or how it reflects your teaching philosophy from before? Rachel, In this placement, I've learned a lot about myself. My limits, what I don't and I can't handle in a classroom, about the teachers and the different types of students that there are that I wasn't, familiar with before. As far as my teaching philosophy changing, I would say it hasn't changed too much. A student is still, a real person with just as much feeling and issues and everything else that, I have or we have. People are complicated, and yet you can still connect to anyone if you give the effort. The experience did change me, though. It opened my eyes to the fact that there are some not ideal situations out there. And sometimes teachers and students, they feel, just a little stuck.